Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about appendix carry versus hip carry, something that is greatly debated upon in the gun world. Everybody has a very big opinion as to one way or the other. Today we're just going to go over a couple of pros and cons on that method of carry, and I will talk about what I choose, and we'll just wrap it up after that. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that you take a moment to subscribe and become a part of the YouTube family here. Please give this video a like and share if you feel inclined to do so. And with that, let's just get started. Okay, so we will start with appendix carry. It is commonly referred to as AIWB. And pause for a moment. If you see me looking down, it's because I have notes here. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized in my train of thought so that I'm not hopping around with this, because that would be really easy to do with this particular subject. So that's what I'm doing if you see me looking down. Appendix carry is trending right now and it's becoming pretty popular with the ladies. For me, I really like it because with my body frame and with my body shape, it allows me to conceal a lot easier than the hip carry. It's also a lot more comfortable for me. I have my holster here, and you've seen me talk about this, so I'm not gonna really go in depth about it, but this is just the Wingman holsters by Southern Bullets. I have the clip here, and I just ordered the fabric clip so that I don't have to wear a belt with it, but this is what mine looks like. It's for my SIG 238. I do not know how my Glock would feel as an appendix carry because it's quite a bit bigger. I have the Glock 19. I personally probably wouldn't carry it there just because it's a big gun. It's a full size. As I was doing my research for appendix carry, one of the things that had been brought up is that as far as being in a situation, your arms are going to be closer to the appendix than it is on your hip. So I don't know how true that is because I haven't tested it out. But one of the things that I will be training on is my holster draw. So probably both from my appendix and my hip. If you guys have experience in that, please comment below and let me know what you think. If the draw time is more comfortable in a real world situation versus a competition, please let me know, because both are very different scenarios. So if you have experience just with practice, being at the range, which one you prefer, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment down below. For me, with appendix carry, I'm a lot more aware of my gun. I mean, I'm always aware of my gun and where it's positioned, but for example, with my clothing and what's going on with it, there was one time I was grocery shopping and I was carrying on my hip, and I lifted up real high on one of the top shelves to grab an item, and my shirt caught on my gun and it lifted up a little bit, and there's people walking past and I'm pretty sure they saw my gun. And obviously that's not something I want. But at the time, I didn't realize that my shirt had caught on my gun, so until I put my arm down and I felt it, kind of bunch up. So for me, that made me uncomfortable. With appendix carry, that doesn't happen because, my shirt's not gonna catch. And if it is, I'm gonna be able to, reach down and cover it up real quick. So I know that's not a huge reason on why I should be carrying. There's other reasons, and I'll get into those in a minute here. But it's one that I've taken into consideration, is just this position allows me to conceal so much easier. One of the other cons about appendix carry is, can you shoot yourself with that method of carry? When I was doing my research and looking at all the pros and cons, there were some instances where there have been a couple people who've shot themselves while reholstering at the range. Now, I can see, I mean, anything can happen. Any gun can go off in any position, but there's two things that come to mind. What was the situation that happened? Because guns have safeties that ensure that they're not just gonna go off. And so my mind goes straight to, were they being unsafe? Were their fingers not supposed to be where they're supposed to be? Were they not aware of their clothing and where their clothing was while they were drawing? Did they not flip, like my SIG has a safety at the top. Did they not flip that up as soon as they were done shooting? So those are kind of the questions that go to my mind now. There's always that risk of a misfire on accident, but that's just something you're gonna have to weigh if you want to risk that or not. I go back and forth because I really wanna be super safe and I really don't wanna shoot myself. So, but as of right now, I've landed on trusting my safety and trusting my abilities and how safe I can be and being aware of my firearm on me. So that's kind of where I've landed at the moment. The other con about Appendix is just the slower draw time. There has been some studies done and people have tried it, and the conclusion is that hip draw time is a lot faster. So, you know, again, that's one of those things that you've got to take into consideration, you know, when you're choosing which method you want to carry. Hip carry is also known as OWB. With handgun sports, they actually forbid the appendix carry or forward carry for safety reasons, which I just talked about. You know, with it being on your hip, if it accidentally discharges, it's going to hit the ground and not your person. So that is a huge plus, and I think that's why a lot of people opt to go for hip carry rather than appendix carry. Faster draw time is obviously better when it comes to real world situations. So that is something that you might want to take into consideration when you are concealed carrying. One of the cons about hip carry is there has been raised the question that criminals might be able to, if they spot your gun, can come up and grab it out of your holster from behind versus on the appendix, because they're less likely to grab from right here than from behind you. So that was a question that was raised. I don't know if that's actually ever happened or not. That would be something to look into, but maybe something to keep in mind for sure. Hip carry is by far the most common and popular way to carry for obvious reasons. But I have been seeing with women that the biggest con about it is it's harder to conceal. One of the cons for hip carry is just it's a little bit harder to conceal for the ladies. Depending on your body shape, sometimes it sticks out pretty good. The jeans you're wearing, those are all factors that go into that. Guys are pretty straightforward. They always wear the same jeans. They always wear kind of the same outfit. And so, you know, I think it's not quite as many choices for all of you out there. For us, there's just so many factors. And so we have to take those into consideration. And for me, when I do hip carry, I have to layer up at least with a sweater or a thicker type jacket. Yeah, I just have to be able to layer up so I can conceal it. But that is probably the most common con among the ladies. Now that's not for everybody. I know that some ladies can't do appendix carry, and you know, ladies like me can't necessarily do hip carry. So those are kind of just the back and forths. My conclusion is I go back and forth between the two, really depending on my outfit and the gun that I'm carrying. As I said before, my preferred right now is the appendix, and that's just kind of what I've been reaching. It's been my go-to. I've weighed the options and I go back and forth. I haven't fully landed on one or the other. Obviously I want to be the most safe that I can be. I can't say which one is better just because I really feel like both of them have benefits, and all of them are just catered and tailored to you, your comfort level, your preference, your gun, the clothing you wear. All of those things are factors. So I hope that this is helpful if you are going back and forth or are new, especially you ladies. Comment below if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my abilities. I'm also still learning, but I will definitely take that time to research and get back to you. I hope that you guys are having a great week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.